Guys, we have something totally new. FOGO Briquets. Hey everybody, welcome back to another week of the FOGO Life. I'm your host as always, Captain Ron, and we have something totally new, totally exciting, and something totally different for us. FOGO Briquets. You guys asked, everybody always says, how come you don't make briquettes? Where's our briquettes? We want briquettes. Guess what? You asked, you got it, briquettes. But they're not just normal briquettes, no. They're all natural. They're made from coconut shells, the waste of coconut shells, and it's all natural binders. So there's no fillers, there's nothing in there that's bad for you. It's all natural the whole way through. So let's get started. I'm curious to see how they work in this big green egg. Can we use briquettes in a big green egg? I don't know. These new FOGO briquettes are made from all natural coconut shells. They give superior burn performance and they're all natural. They burn clean and they're super pleasant to be around. Nice part is coconut burns hotter and longer than most woods used to make briquettes. One of the big problems with briquettes in a big green egg is that it creates so much ash. Well, with these coconut shell briquettes, it creates much less ash, burns hotter, and it burns much cleaner, so it's gonna make much less of a mess for you in the end in your big green egg. Now I can tell you this is my first time dealing with these and checking them out, but they are definitely heavier than your normal briquette, which leads me to believe they're denser, which is gonna cause them to burn longer and slower than a normal briquette would. You know, we get a lot of questions about whether you can use briquettes in a big green egg or in a Kamado cooker, and that's what we wanna find out, okay? So these were designed by us to be able to be used in a Kamado style cooker, such as the big green egg. Normally they're used in a lot of backyard barbecues, Weber kettles, things like that. We want to try and find out, is it sustainable? Is it good to use this in a big green egg? Will it work? Will it be clean? Will it work as well as lump charcoal? So we're gonna find out together. So I got a plan. We're gonna cook something up here for you and we're gonna check this out. We're gonna see exactly how it burns and how it works out, how much ash produces, all the good stuff that you all wanted to know. For our first one, let's not dilly-dally around. Let's go all in. We're gonna smoke us a pork butt using briquettes. Oh, is that legal? I think it is. So we want to know, is this really gonna work out? It's gonna be challenging. It's like I said before, it's my first time using these things and doing this. So we're learning together. I'm probably gonna have to make some adjustments. I'm gonna try and get it at 275 and keep it steady there. And that's what we're gonna do. So that's it. Let's get started and get this thing lit up. We've got our kick ash basket in here. So we're gonna leave that just like normal. We're gonna fill this thing up with these briquettes. Now, I'm curious to know, how long it takes to light, how all this other good stuff, all the information you need to know, I'm gonna let you know, as we're gonna find out together. Okay, now tell me that this does not look weird seeing a big green egg filled with briquettes. Now to light it up, we're gonna light it the same way we would light our lump charcoal. We're gonna take 2 of our starters, put them inside of our blaze ball. All right, close it up just like that. And we're gonna put this in there the same way we would with our lump. We're gonna light it and we're gonna let it go until we get it nice and burning. So after I put the blaze ball in and got those fire starters lit, what I did is I built kind of a little pyramid over the blaze ball with the lump. So I want to make sure with the lump. No, I'm so used to lump charcoal with the briquettes. So I piled the briquettes up over there, set a whole bunch of them in there because I want to get a bunch of them burning at one time. So let's see how that goes. All right, so you can see we got a nice little glow going here. So I'm going to use my cherry picker here and kind of just knock this down and spread them around a little bit so it will hit some other coals and get them burning. Okay, we're going to let that go for a little while. Then we'll put our expander in. For today's cook, what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be smoking a small little pork butt. I got about a 4-pound pork butt, so we can do it quickly. We're gonna do our old method. Instead of wrapping it, actually, we're gonna do it in here. So we're gonna set this underneath our expander like this. We're gonna put our pork butt on top of it, let all those drippings drop in there. Instead of wrapping it in foil, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the pork butt, drop it down into the pot afterwards, put the lid on, and let that finish up like that. It works out great because the pork then still cooks in its own juices. It's gonna be fantastic. I hope the briquettes work out well for it. Now, even though we're making a smoked pork butt, I'm not gonna add any kind of smoking wood. I wanna see what kind of flavor that these briquettes give to our pork butt without any other additional wood in there whatsoever. And now we're gonna let this heat up to 250 degrees and we're gonna start closing our vents down. We're gonna let it eke up to 275. So once we're at 250, we're gonna start shutting down the top and shutting down the bottom because they're both wide open right now to heat this thing up. So in the meantime, let's get our pork butt prepared and get that ready for smoking. I got the cutest little butt. Wait, what? So anyway, I got the cutest little pork butt here. So we're gonna open this thing up. It's about 4 pounds. We don't want something that's gonna go forever. We kind of want to just do this as a test today so we can get an idea of how these briquettes are actually gonna work out. So we got this beauty little here. It's got a nice little fat cap on. It's bone in. It's everything you could want. And it's so cute and tiny. So let's start preparing it. All we're gonna do is we're gonna keep this really simple. I'm just gonna put a coating of Tina Cannon's European Blend seasoning on this thing and hit it with a little bit of this Jacobson's garlic salt here. I think it's gonna add a nice combination of flavors and, keep it nice and simple for today. All that's left to do now is put it on. So we're at 275 degrees, which by the way, took us about 25 minutes to get to. So we're gonna take this, all right? I fooled you, no glove. All right, we're just gonna put it on this top rack over our Dutch oven and just close it down. We're gonna let that go. I forgot, let me go get my meter. Again, we got our meter, wireless thermometer, so we're just gonna stick it right into the center of our meat here. We're gonna monitor that on our phone so that we know exactly what temperature we're at easily. So now that we've been going for about an hour and a half, a couple of interesting things happened here. So it took about, I would say 25 minutes for us to get the temperature to where we wanted it to be at 275 degrees and get it holding steady. So once we got it holding steady, we did put the pork in. Like I said, we're about an hour and a half in, and man, this thing is holding steady. It's really doing a nice job. So I'm curious to see how much charcoal we're gonna have used at the end here. I'm curious to see how much ash there is. But so far, this is cooking absolutely beautifully in here, holding temperature beautifully. It's doing exactly what you would hope it would do. Good news, folks. The meter app says that we are at 165 degrees. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna open this baby up. I'm gonna pull the whole expander system right out of it. Okay, just like that. Now I'm gonna take the pork, put it right into our pot, okay? Just like that. Now there's lots of juices already down in there, so it's already cooking nicely. So it's gonna go sit in its own juices. We're gonna simply put the lid on our Dutch oven, and we're gonna wait till the meter gets to 203 degrees. That's our finishing temperature of this beautiful little pork butt. All right, guys, we are there. We are at 204 degrees on our pork. We went a degree over. That's okay, it's not gonna kill us. So it's absolutely beautiful. Let's just double check it and take a look. Oh yeah, gorgeous. All right, now we don't have to rest it in a cooler or something like that. No, it's already in this beautiful hot vessel. It's in this hot pot. But what I wanna do now is I wanna take a look and see how much charcoal we use. All right, here we go. Oh wow, look at that. So we burned this for just over 4 hours at 275 degrees, and look at that. There's almost no difference in the usage than I would see with our lump charcoal. It's almost identical. I'm amazed. I figured that a lot more of that would be gone, especially after about 4¼ hours. That's pretty amazing. Coconut shell briquettes really might be the answer. I'm impressed. Have you ever gone to shred your pork and it's so hot you're burning your hands? Well, here's a great way to do it. Take one of these cotton gloves. They're available on our website here, okay? Kukio.com. Take that and then just put one of our rubber gloves over the top. This way you can do it and you can handle the hot pork without a problem. So let's get to shredding. All right, kids, there's only one thing left for us to do here, and that's to shred this thing. I'm gonna pull our meter thermometer out of here. Now you notice this is why we do it in a Dutch oven. Look at all these juices that are in the bottom. My goodness, this is gonna be the juiciest pulled pork ever. Let's see here. Oh yeah, you know when it shreds like that, let's see. Up, clean bone pull. That's what you're looking for. That's the sign that your pork is done right. All right, I believe that with those FOGO briquettes, we have achieved the triple P, pulled pork perfection. Or is it porkfection? Look at that, absolutely beautiful. Oh man, and it is so good. It's got that beautiful pulled pork flavor, but you know what else? We didn't add any smoking woods, we didn't add anything else. It's just the briquettes, and it's got a beautiful smoky flavor to it. Those coconut shells that the briquettes are made out of, they really give off a beautiful smoke. It's not a strong smoke, but it's got a distinct flavor, and it is delicious. Guys, you saw we didn't use a whole lot of coals. We didn't use a whole lot of anything. We didn't use wood. We didn't use anything other than the briquettes, and this is fantastic. It's as good as any pulled pork I've ever made. So, you know, I think that the old question of can you use briquettes in a BGE, I think the answer is changing because, let me tell you, these work really well in this BGE. And again, to reiterate, okay, it's all natural. It's coconut shells and it's natural binders. So there's no additives. You're not gonna stink up your egg by using these. It's fantastic. So do you think I would put them in my egg if it was gonna do anything bad? I don't think so. So anyway, so that's the deal here. If you wanna know more about the briquettes, there's a link down below in the description. They're available at FOGOcharcoal.com and available at Ace Hardware right now, exclusively at Ace Hardware and FOGOcharcoal.com. So there's a link below, hit it up, check it out. Check out the briquettes, you're gonna wanna use them. I know that for sure, they are good. And while you're here, subscribe, like, comment, give me all that stuff. Have you ever used briquettes in your egg and how did it work out? I wanna know. Anyway, that's all I've got for you this week. I want you to remember to get out and grill using our briquettes, and I'll see you the next time on the FOGO Life.